And we're at Max at Eastman Place with Katie Ernst. Katie, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
And congratulations on the new album.
Thanks. Little words.
It's dedicated to the work of one Dorothy Parker. So why Dorothy, and how has her work inspired you to create this project?
Well, I stumbled upon Dorothy Parker very unglamorously because I had written an instrumental song and I Googled short poems hoping I could find words for my song. So that's the embarrassing part. But then once I found her, I realized that we were kind of kindred spirits in our kind of witty and winky way of dealing with serious issues like heartbreak and love and men. So I got more serious after I had first discovered her on Google.
We're speaking with Katie Ernst here on Jazz 90.1. So that said, so you started reading her work and the reviews, the poetry. I mean, such a vast array of things that she did. She's really, truly a Renaissance woman. So how are you able to distill her words into your music?
Well, she was a theater critic. She wrote for The New Yorker. She wrote screenplays. She wrote short stories. She wrote poems. I focused mostly on her poetry. And the poems that I gravitated towards weren't her most witty or funny, but were more of her vulnerable or more honest poetry. So I kind of tried to find the real Dorothy within all of those, sharp comments about things. So I tried to find those kinds of poems to set for Little Words.
We're speaking with Katie Ernst here on Jazz 90.1. A lot of folks still remember you from your time here in Rochester, and either working with us or, of course, with Eastman and the shows you did here, as well as working at the festival. And a lot of folks are still talking about the time you worked at the festival, which was, 5 or 6 years ago. Plus, that being said, so understanding both worlds of performing as well as management, what advice would you give folks who are coming up now and saying, you know what, I'm not sure what I want to do, and there's so much to do and so much I don't know. What would you advise them on?
Well, first of all, I think that we all have something to contribute to the world with our own unique voice. So explore what piques your curiosity as much as you can. Write a lot of music, play a lot of music, play in a band. Really give yourself enough opportunities to really find your musical voice before you call it quits. But also, there are so many facets of the music industry that involve creativity and savvy skills. And if you're being called to be a manager, man, we could use a lot of really great managers or really great sound people that really understand jazz music. So find what makes you tick, and really explore that, and you can find that you're setting poetry of Dorothy Parker, or you're managing the careers of some amazing jazz musicians. It's really wide open for you.
We're speaking with Katie Ernst. Talk about your work in Chicago with the Institute of Jazz Studies. It sounds like it's so incredible what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I am an education associate and student council coordinator at the Jazz Institute of Chicago, which is a great nonprofit arts organization in Chicago since 1969, and they program the Jazz Festival and do a lot of public concerts and have a great education wing that I work with. I also direct the jazz ensemble at Wheaton College, so I get my big band fill during the school year, and then I'm writing music and performing with bands and doing tours in my spare time. So I've been really grateful and very busy with lots of different facets of the music, and it's been great. I really like Chicago, even though it's not Rochester.
But it's home.
It is, it is home. Yeah.
We're speaking with Katie Ernst. She just finished her 6:15 set, getting ready for her 10 o'clock set. Katie, thanks so much again for taking jazz further.
Thanks a lot.